know that America only recycles 14% of the plastic that we use? This may seem surprising, but it's true. The human race as a whole needs to try to do better at recycling because there are major consequences for a small choice of not recycling one plastic bottle. I'm here today to persuade you to recycle more so that our planet and the human race does not suffer. This is a huge issue because if we don't start to recycle more, our planet along with us will suffer. Landfills will get bigger even though some of the trash in them could have been recycled. One plastic bottle takes 450 years to decompose. The Glee Scrap Metal blog says that Americans throw away, instead of recycling, 2.5 million plastic bottles every hour. These bottles, along with plastic bags that take 1,000 years to decompose, straws, which take 200 years to decompose, and paper, which only takes 2 to 6 weeks to decompose, but it would have been very helpful if we recycle it so we could save some trees and use it again. They all just pile up in landfills to sit there for decades. I learned from UK Recycling Bins Company that landfills can cause really bad smelling methane gas, which could be explosive and is a big factor in global warming. My solution to this huge problem is to simply just recycle more. If we learn to recycle more, our planet will benefit greatly from it. So I'm going to give you 3 examples of how to recycle better. Almost all plastic containers are able to be recycled, so make sure that you put them in your recycle bin. If you're not sure, you can check the bottom of the bottle or container for this recycle sign. And if it has that, it can be recycled. Don't throw away paper and cardboard. Almost all paper, wrapping paper, envelopes, and toilet paper can be recycled. You can also start to use reusable bags while shopping. So many plastic bags are used and thrown away every day, and they take 1,000 years to decompose in a landfill. You can also start to use reusable things in your everyday life. You should stop using one-use products and use reusable products. And then I have a video about how to do this.
Okay, so I tried to recycle. I've got my grocery tote bag. I even have soda. Is my reusable bag really going to change the world? But not everyone feels that way.
This is all of my trash from the past 4 years.
Oh my God. This is Lauren Singer. She runs a website where she gives tips and answers questions about living a zero-waste life. Okay, so you've got tiny little ends and bits and things.
Yeah.
You really telling me everything else that you use for 4 years you found some other use for?
Totally. Is compostable, infinitely reusable, or 100% easily recyclable.
You may look at the extremely eco-friendly way Lauren is living and find it inspiring. Or maybe like me, you're totally skeptical. But a lot of what she's doing is actually pretty simple. When she wants coffee, she brings her own cup. Or let's say she wants to buy a pastry, she'll put it into a reusable cotton bag. A safety razor instead of plastic ones. There's all this disposable stuff in our lives that we're not even thinking about. And what Lauren's done is find some easy substitutes. Everything else ends up in the jar.
This is macaroni and cheese packaging, and this was like 4 years ago, like right when I started. That was my weekend at Dad's house. So these are
I know what these
plastic straws, hot chocolate.
This was a bad day, wasn't it, for you?
No, actually, someone sent that to me in the mail.
These aren't huge trash problems. The EPA isn't up in arms about plastic straws, but you can see how these little bits of waste can really add up. The United States is the #1 trash-producing country in the world. If every country lived like the US, we'd need over 4 Earths to make all the stuff we consume. Do you think little things make a big difference?
Totally. If you reduce single-use coffee cups from your routine and you're a daily coffee drinker, that's 365 cups per year. That's not an insignificant change. If every single person did that, that's a massive shift towards a more sustainable future.
And good policy can encourage this.
Okay. So,
Okay, so I tried to recycle. I've got my grocery tote bag. I even
okay, so if we all take part in these three things, there would be major benefits. Recycling reuses the need to extract new materials and make new things. When people recycle, we don't have to keep using up the Earth's resources. We can make them last longer if everyone just decides to recycle more. Recycling also reduces greenhouse gases. Greenhouse gases are gases that take in and release radiant energy, which causes the greenhouse effect. The greenhouse effect is when the sun's warmth is trapped in the atmosphere and causes global warming. Recycling reduces greenhouse gases, which helps the climate change and global warming. Recycling saves energy because it's easier to reuse materials rather than make them. It is also more cost efficient to remake something out of used materials than to make it out of new ones. In conclusion, I hope that you all start to recycle more to help the environment and the human race. You can take this information and pass it on so that we can all start to recycle better. And here's my works cited.